Coming up, WSU's boards of regents will be voting on whether to increase tuition again. What students think about the potential max increase.
And there's a $12 million proposal for upgrades at Giesa Field. What could be new in 2026 when you walk into the stadium?
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Welcome back to Murrow News 8. I'm Alex Dorfler.
And I'm Blaine Akers.
The newest update of the government shutdown reveals that President Trump approved of a deal under consideration to reopen the government. Trump said, quote, "We'll be opening up our country again very quickly," and he abides by the deal. As of right now, food benefits still remain in limbo and flight cancellations and delays continue to disrupt travelers.
Brian McDonald and Tani Zumlas have won seats on Pullman City Council as the auditor's office counted another batch of ballots on Friday from Tuesday's vote by mail election. Appointed Whitman County Commissioner Chad Wetzel has won this fall's only countywide race. The Whitman County Auditor's Office counted about 3,500 ballots on Friday. The office estimates there's still about 100 ballots left to count. Staff will tabulate those final ballots on certification day 2 weeks from Tuesday on November 25th.
The U.S. Bank Foundation has awarded a $15,000 community possible grant to the Palouse Habitat for Humanity to support operational costs as the organization completes 3 homes in Palouse, Moscow, and Pullman, and begins the 2026 homes in Uniontown.
Washington State University tuition is proposed to once again increase by the maximum allowed by law. The WSU Regents will consider approving next year's tuition rates during their board meeting this week. The Regents have approved maximum tuition hikes 6 times in the past 9 years. We asked some students how another increase could affect them.
Definitely makes sense for WSU. However, I don't think that they're really thinking about the students and all the debt that they're going to have to intake.
I would say that tuition increasing does benefit the organization I'm a part of, albeit not directly.
So it makes sense, but it's definitely not the best for our community.
Can be very, very difficult, especially for people who rely on financial aid, those who are, like less fortunate or like have to like work part-time jobs on top of university to pay off tuition.
WSU has the highest annual tuition and fees in the state at nearly $14,000 for the current academic year.
Washington State University Athletics is planning for millions of dollars in privately funded upgrades to Giesa Field. The project will be considered by the WSU Regents during their board meeting this week. Documents to the Regents reveal that Cougar Athletics is proposing $12 million in upgrades for the field inside Martin Stadium. The first phase of the project is expected to cost $7 million and will buy a new video board, sound system, and LED lights. The second phase would work on the turf. If the remaining money isn't secured by December 15th, the project will not move forward. The plan calls for upgrades to be ready for the 2026 football season.
The University of Idaho unveiled a statue of its mascot, Joe Vandal, in front of the Kibbe Dome on Saturday prior to the team's football game against UC Davis. Our reporter Cassidy Collins is on the scene. What are you seeing, Cassidy?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm here with the 9-foot-tall Joe Vandal statue. It's got a 5-foot-wide base, which I feel like takes up most of its size. It's about 2,000 pounds in bronze, which is a lot more than I can lift at the gym on leg day. This is a way that they're honoring the associated students of the University of Idaho and their continued support for the Kibbe Dome. The long history includes ASUI voting in 1974 to allocate student fees to the construction of the famous bubble roof, which is now a nationally recognized landmark. As you can see here, I'm standing next to the famous Joe Vandal. I'm about 5 feet tall for reference, so he's quite a big guy, but I still don't think he's quite as big as our famous Cougar statue on Stadium Way. What do you guys think?
Pullman's annual leaf collection will be going throughout the rest of November. We'll tell you what dates the collections are taking place.
And a look at the weather before Thanksgiving starts up. Our weather anchor, Kaya, will give us a look at the upcoming week. Coming up next on Murrow News 8.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Pullman's annual residential leaf collection program starts Monday, November 10th and runs through Wednesday, November 26th, with street sweepers following for additional cleaning as time allows. Leaf collection starts at Pioneer Hill on November 10th, 12th, and 13th. Collection on Military Hill follows on November 14th, 17th, and 18th. Then Sunnyside Hill on November 19th, 20th, and 21st, before College Hill is cleared on November 24th, 25th, and 26th. Residents should rake leaves into the street next to the curb no more than 2 days before their scheduled collection date and park vehicles off the street during collections. Well, Blaine, it's not just the leaves that are falling, but so are the temperatures.
Really? I found it abnormally warm this morning.
Me too. But let's just see if that will switch by the end of the week, and let's send it off to our weather girl, Kaya.
Yeah, so I definitely agree. It was pretty warm this morning, I feel like, especially for November, but it was a high of 56 and a low 41, nothing crazy on the wind. But if we can look at tomorrow, it's gonna actually be a little bit sunny, probably one of the nicer days of this week. So take advantage of the day off school, go outside, enjoy the weather because it's gonna get kind of wet. If you look across the state over into Olympia and Seattle, it's actually pretty nice out. Over in Yakima and Tri-Cities, we're getting like in the 50s, and pretty similar over in Spokane and Pullman, just Spokane's pretty rainy. And then if we can look at our 5-day forecast, partly cloudy tomorrow. Wednesday, it's gonna be like pretty cloudy and stuff, but Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it's gonna get super duper rainy. So I would expect some rain on the football game, but I'll take it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Kaya. WSU men's basketball has started the season slow. Hear what David Riley has to say about bouncing back.
And a Coug in the NBA had a breakout game yesterday. Find out who after the break.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome to Murrow News 8 Sports. I'm Rachel Turcotte. After a tough trip out east on Friday to Davidson, WSU men's hoops returns home tonight to host St. Thomas of Minnesota at 6:30 on ESPN+. The Tommies are favorites to win the Summit League and are a projected 14 seed for March Madness in Joe Lunardi's bracketology. Boise State transfer Emmanuel Ugbo leads the Cougars in scoring and rebounding so far this season. David Riley talked about the team struggling so far this season.
This group, you know, we've been with each other 5 months almost, and I think this is a team that's best when their backs are against the wall, and that's where we're at right now. So we got to figure out how to come together and go get a win on Monday.
And on Sunday in Atlanta, Mohamed Gay had a breakout game for the Hawks. The third NBA standout and former Coug had a career-best 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists to lead the Atlanta Hawks to a dominant home win over the Los Angeles Lakers. 10 games in, Gay is averaging career best in every statistical category and is playing nearly 20 minutes a night for the Hawks. Continuing with basketball, the WSU women's team fell to Southern Utah 77-64 on Saturday. After falling to 0-3, the Cougars are looking ahead and play the 3-0 Stanford Cardinals at Beasley on Friday at 4 p.m. Cougar football returns. After last week's bye week, the Cougs will look to get into win column against Louisiana Tech on Saturday at 7 p.m. On the CW, quarter Zevi Eckhouse has been cleared to practice this week after being held out last year with an undisclosed injury during last week's bye. Speaking of the game this week, head coach Jimmy Rogers preached second half consistency in his press conference today.
We need to come out of half better with a different level of focus. Just in regards to the last game, we came out, we had 5 punts, and overall maintaining your focus through 4 quarters, being able to finish a game like how we did versus Toledo was important and was good to see. And when you can do those things, there's things to lean back on and say we have done that, right? We just got to be more consistent. And so.
Moving to volleyball, WSU plays at Gonzaga on Wednesday at 6 p.m. on ESPN+. The Cougars hope to bounce back from their straight sets loss to Pepperdine on Saturday. The Cougs are 5th in the West Coast Conference, standing right now with an 8-4 conference record and an overall record of 6-4. Senior Emily Lundgren passed the 50-win milestone as WSU claimed 12 of the 14 events in a 195-66 victory over Colorado State on Friday. Lundgren won all 3 individual races against the Rams in the 100 breast, 200 breast, and 200 IM, while also helping the 200 medley relay to a win. 6 different Cougs and both relay teams won as 4 more Give Pool records fell. 2 WSU top 10 times were posted against future Pac-12 conference opponent. It was announced yesterday that the Pullman High School volleyball team is a 10 seed at state and will play Selah in the first round. This happened after the Greyhounds lost to West Valley in the district final last week. This will be Pullman's fourth straight state tournament trip, and the tournament is Friday and Saturday at the Sundome in Yakima.
Thanks, Rachel. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. Find out how the Murrow News 8 team will be spending it after the break.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
So Veterans Day is tomorrow. We don't have class. I know I'm going to go to Terrell Mall to write a letter to a veteran, sponsored by VMAS. What are you guys going to do?
That's really sweet. I think I'm going to just take advantage of the day off and go and enjoy outside, maybe go on a hike. Something like that.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do a little combination of you guys. I'm going to call my family who are veterans and also take a nice walk outside, enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah, that's basically my plan. Good night, good luck. Check out all of our socials.